is BTV, your home for memorable.
Tomorrow is the official start to spring, and oddly enough, it will actually be a cooler day. Highs only in the upper 60s in some spots, and we'll also be tracking some morning showers. I'll have all the details coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 10, the fight against fentanyl continues. How Georgia lawmakers are looking to crack down. Also ahead, preparing for Masters traffic. What roads will be detoured? What should drivers be aware of? We'll let you know how to find out. And an event to help people in this community get back on their feet. How you can help as your News at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF, News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means. Thanks for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with tragedy on a local road today. A pedestrian hit by a vehicle while he was crossing Deans Bridge Road at Barton Chapel Road this afternoon. He died at the hospital. One person is dead after a shooting in Richmond County. This one just before noon today on Dabney Drive. 28-year-old Aki Pauley was shot at least once while sitting in a car. Pauley pronounced dead at the hospital. Another man also shot and found on Cooney Circle and taken to the hospital. His condition not known, and no suspect information so far. Richmond County Sheriff Eugene Brantley speaking out after the officer-involved shooting last Thursday on Glen Hills Drive. The sheriff's office released this body cam footage of the incident. Investigators say the suspect there, Brandon Hill, raised a gun in the air after the officer told him to show his hands. And then he pointed the gun at Deputy David Hopkins, and Deputy Hopkins shot him. After an independent review by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, the team ruled Hopkins was justified and acted within department policy. The sheriff says incidents like this point to the importance of addressing mental health.
The mental health problem is rampant, not just here in Richmond County, but throughout America, and we don't have enough mental health facilities to help deal with all the mental health patients and people who need mental health. You know, every day you're dealing with situations and you never know what someone is going through.
At last check, Hill was in the hospital in critical condition. Georgia's Attorney General recently met with the U.S. Attorney General and colleagues from all across the country to take a look at the fentanyl crisis. AG Chris Carr talked about the fight against opioids, drug cartels, and securing our borders. He says that'll prevent violence overall, and thanks to national settlements with drug companies, Georgia has secured about $1 billion that will help expand access to treatment, prevention, and recovery services.
The CDC just came out with information in the last couple of weeks. Opioid deaths overall between 2023 and 2024 are down. In Georgia, they're down about 22%. That is good news. The bad news is between the ages of 18 and 45, the number one cause of overdose deaths is still opioids.
And for its part, the DEA says it's committed to keeping Americans safe by targeting the most violent drug criminals in our communities. It is time now for a first look at our weather, and for that, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petracci.
Well, it was a very warm Wednesday with high temperatures in the low 80s. Now it's a nice quiet night, and it's still pretty mild outside, not feeling super chilly just yet. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam showing a nice view there over at the Amentum Center in Aiken. Our high in Augusta was 83 degrees, putting us 11 degrees above average, but not quite at our record high of 90 set back in 2011. This morning we were still below average, though. Started out pretty cold, 37 degrees, but you can see it's now around 4 to 12 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Even 16 degrees warmer down in Sylvania. Our temperatures are now in the upper 50s through upper 60s. Augusta at 58, 66 in Thompson, Millen at 65, 64 in Swainsboro, Wrightsville, you're at 66 and 65 in Waynesboro. Dew points are low. We're sitting in those mid-30s for the most part, and winds are coming in from the south, bringing in some warmer air tonight. 5 miles per hour in Augusta, 7 in Aiken, 8 in Washington, but we're already seeing those gusts approach the 20-mile-per-hour mark, so the winds are going to continue to increase as we head into the overnight hours, with the clouds sticking around through our Thursday morning. We have this cold front that's marching in. This is bringing scattered showers and storms across Mississippi and Alabama. That'll be here for us tomorrow morning, so we could start to see some showers as early as around 7 a.m. And notice we're staying out of the 40s, so our low temperature is only getting down to around 51 degrees. As we look ahead here, you can see it will be a cooler day tomorrow, 70 in Augusta. Upper 60s on Friday with a harsh wind chill in the morning. Those winds will still be strong, making it feel like the mid-20s out there. And then by Saturday, just in time for any weekend plans, we are warming back up. I'll have a look at your next 10-day forecast coming up. But back to you, Brad.
All right, Jenna, thanks. Well, the Masters tournament is going to be here in just a few short weeks, a time that many look forward to each year, and it means a lot more traffic. Wednesday morning, the Augusta Traffic Engineering Division talked about plans for the National Hills area. Every year, they use the previous year's data to improve the traffic flow on Washington Road and the surrounding streets. This year, for instance, the temporary traffic light they put up at River Ridge Drive last year is going to stay put.
Picture there. So there's a lot of things happening at this particular location. So we felt that for safety reasons and to help expedite traffic flow, we worked with the state and they allowed us to install a temporary traffic signal. So we reinstall it every year. We're still working with them to see if we can make it permanent or not, but that's not going to happen right now. So what we do is we reinstall it a couple weeks before the Masters. And
you know, on the average day, about 55,000 cars and trucks travel Washington Road. During Masters Week, traffic management in Augusta says it easily doubles that. The Salvation Army is teaming up with a local youth-led nonprofit to provide professional attire for those in need. Hannah McDonald tells us more about this clothing drive.
The first distribution event will take place this Saturday from 5:30 to 6 at the Center of Hope on Green Street. The youth-led nonprofit, the Menard Project, is raising awareness about the homeless population in our area while educating the community about the challenges they face. The nonprofit reached out in hopes of helping our community.
It's been super inspiring for me to see that there are local teens, high schoolers who are, fired up about giving back to their community, specifically to the homeless population. We do see a lot of the community wanting to help out, and so it's really awesome to see high schoolers showing that passion for giving back.
While most of the people staying at the Center of Hope are employed or looking for a job, professional clothing can be expensive and tough to come by.
I think that a lot of times, the average professional takes for granted the clothing that we wear to our jobs to look professional every day. We just pick something out of our closets, but not everyone has, different sets of clothing to wear Monday through Friday every single day of the week, and so it's so important.
The event is open to the public, but if you are not able to attend the drive on Saturday, they will have more opportunities on March 29th, April 5th, and 19th from 5:30 to 6 at the Center of Hope shelter.
Not only is this a great opportunity for the people who are staying at our shelter looking for, professional clothing when they're out on job hunts or they're in that interview process, but we know that it's hard to make ends meet right now, and so not only is this an opportunity for people who are struggling with homelessness, but this is an opportunity for people who, are living paycheck to paycheck and they don't have that excess money to spend on professional clothing.
If you have professional clothing you wish to donate, you can reach out to the Salvation Army or the Menard Project. In Augusta, Hannah McDonald, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Storm cleanup winding down in Augusta. Why city leaders are worried about finishing before the Masters. That's after the forecast from Jenna.
Tomorrow we'll have scattered showers with some breezy winds. That'll also bring us a cool down as we head into the end of the work week, but a nice warm weekend in store. I'll have all those details right after the break.
Get ready for a game changer with... Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Earlier today, I went over to First Baptist Church of Augusta, and I spoke with the 3- and 4-year-olds all about the weather. It was such a great time. They did a wonderful job. And of course, the best part of the presentation is always showing them the tornado in a bottle and reading my favorite weather book. And they really enjoyed it, and I hope to come back again next year. The staff was also amazing. So shout out to all of these lovely ladies here. Thank you, First Baptist Church, for having me. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam now over at at Augusta Regional Airport showing a nice night, a bit breezy at times. Temperatures aren't too cold. We're sitting at 58, a south wind of 5 miles per hour, dew point of 39. Around the CSRA, a lot of low to upper 60s. Still 67 in Washington and Crawfordville, Waynesboro and Sylvania at 64, 66 in Barnwell, and 63, our cool spot up at Saluda. You can see we have the cloud cover across the area. More clouds to come tomorrow morning. It's all ahead of this cold front that's bringing scattered showers all the way from around Canada down to the Gulf Coast. Now, this is going to continue to weaken as it moves into the CSRA, so the chance of severe weather is to the west of us. By the time it gets to us, we're not even expecting any thunderstorms or heavy rain. This really won't be very significant tomorrow by any means. The main story tomorrow is the winds. We'll continue to see that southwest wind, and temperatures will be cooler, only topping off in the upper 60s. Here's our futurecast tomorrow at 6 a.m. Rain possible between the hours of around 6 to noon. Then we're clearing out in the evening. Winds then coming in from the northwest, bringing in that chilly air for Friday morning. But we'll have high pressure settling in, which means 3 days in a row of sunshine, and that comes at perfect timing for the weekend. Here's a closer look now at your futurecast tomorrow at 6 a.m. Rain approaching our northwestern counties. With the latest model run, this is showing significantly less rain coverage. We're talking a few drops at times, so I have lowered those rain chances. As we go throughout the afternoon, we're back to sunshine. And once again, the winds will still be howling, though, throughout the day, so be sure to secure any loose objects. By tomorrow at 4 a.m., gusts up to 35, maybe even 38 miles per hour. This continues all day long, so even once the cold front passes us, we will still see those gusty winds. There's a look at 4 o'clock, and this continues into Thursday night as well, and even through Friday morning. We do have that wind advisory going in effect from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon until 8 a.m. on Friday, so keep that in mind. And you're going to want to bring out those winter coats for Friday morning. Actual temperature down to 35, but with the wind chill, it'll be feeling more like around 25 in some of our communities. So keep that in mind once again for Friday morning. But by this weekend, we're back to sunshine and warm weather, close to 80 degrees on Sunday. Now tonight, our low temperatures won't be too cold. We'll be in the low to upper 50s. Our highs tomorrow will be in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. And for your 10-day forecast, you can see the beautiful sunshine in the forecast Friday through Sunday. We'll have another chance of rain and storms on Monday of next week, but overall, next week looks really nice. Lots of sunshine and temperatures in the 70s.
Sure does look good. Thanks, Jenna. Appreciate it. Well, the pickup of hurricane debris in Augusta set to end this week, but there is a long...
Thanks to your generosity, Giving Gown was a huge success. Because of you, girls from across the CSRA found the perfect gown, shoes, purses, and accessories, all at no cost. A special thank you to our Children First and Caring for Carolina partners for helping to make this event possible. Your support is changing lives, one dress at a time.
Artificial intelligence is transforming industries, but could it also replace American workers? Rashad Hudson has that.
Artificial intelligence is transforming industries, sparking innovation, but also raising fears about job loss.
Real innovation makes us more productive, but it also, I think, dignifies our workers.
In a room filled with the nation's top tech leaders, Vice President J.D. Vance tried to ease concerns about AI.
There's too much fear that AI will simply replace jobs.
Vance says the Trump administration wants to strengthen AI while protecting workers.
In a healthy economy, technology should be something that enhances rather than supplants the value of labor.
A recent MIT study found that AI could impact nearly 25% of U.S. jobs in the coming years. But one school leader is finding ways to use AI to empower workers, not replace them.
What it's really doing is delivering the right level and pace of information to students and making sure that if there are knowledge gaps that a student has, that we're able to fix that.
Mackenzie Price is the founder of Alpha Schools. She says AI makes education more efficient, allowing students to finish their academics in just 2 hours.
The rest of the school day, we focus on life skills workshops and developing skills like financial literacy and public speaking.
Price says AI is the future, but American workers must be a part of it. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
And coming up, the Georgia Bulldogs basketball team getting set out west for their first game in the Big Dance. I'll look at that matchup when we come back.
death of a loved one.
Brought to you locally by Busby's Heating and Air. When quality matters, call Busby's. Trusted since 1945.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
March Madness practice days are underway in the Midwest region, and Wichita, Kansas, and the Georgia Bulldogs are preparing for Gonzaga in the Battle of the Bulldogs. The Georgia Bulldogs are one of 14 teams in the SEC going dancing. Now, it's the Dogs' first appearance in 10 years, meaning a new experience for most of this team. The opposite could be said about their opponent. Gonzaga has won at least one tournament game in their last 16 appearances and are 9-1 over their last 10 games.
Obviously, it's Big Bad Gonzaga. They've been, sustaining for a decade now. And obviously, you kind of want to play those blue programs, but they're bigs. They play really hard.
It's prepared us to be as resilient as just about any team in the country, which is really unique for the lack of experience that our group has. It shows the character and the connectivity, the mental toughness.
Tip-off set for 4:35 p.m. at Intrust Bank Arena. And in Providence, Rhode Island, the Clemson Tigers held their practice before taking on McNeese State on Thursday. Sam Knox has the preview.
Welcome inside Amica Mutual Pavilion. The first and second round of the NCAA tournament getting underway tomorrow. Today, teams getting their last rounds of practice in before the dance. Now, Clemson, 18-2 in ACC play. They were terrific this season. At one point, ranked 10th in the nation. However, when it comes to the NCAA tournament, an even 15-15 over 30 appearances. So, it's a toss-up. However, in March, it always is. Here's what the players and coaches had to say before the big game tomorrow.
Definitely battle tested. Going to the ACC tournament, just kind of Louisville game didn't go how we wanted to, but those last 5 minutes, how we were able to compete at the end and bring it back from down double digits, it shows how strong we are as a team and what we're able to do every night.
Guys who were, integral part of last year's run, I think that kind of success fuels you, and you want to continue to do it. You want to be in big-time games and play significant games in March, and I think it helped, grow our team and fuel our team a little bit throughout the course of the season.
And in the Scholar athlete, he is not only a star on the field, but he excels in the classroom. Midland Valley High School kicker Peyton Waters is a 4-year starter who's racked up more than 150 points. He's the new record holder for career points, a record that used to belong to his father. Peyton's also an all-region selection with a 40-plus yards per punt average, and as a Beta Club member and Lander Scholar athlete recipient, his 4.2 GPA proves he's just as effective in the classroom.
Man, it's been amazing because, it shows how much the people of the Valley actually care. And being a part of North, especially Miss Northview, it was amazing since it hadn't been done so long.
It's the fourth family member that's kicked here, and for him to break my record, it was amazing. I knew it was going to get broken at some point, and who else? He better do it than me.
Just the hard work, dedication. I think those two things right there will carry him a long, long way, whatever he chooses to do.
He's special. I think he'll do great things, and I really look forward to watching him grow.
Peyton, congratulations.
Peyton will play football for Newberry College next fall. Congratulations. And the Masters tournament right around the corner, and reigning champion Scotty Scheffler chose this year's Masters champion dinner menu. There are 3 different appetizers: Texas-style chili for the first course, and ribeye or redfish for the main course. Dessert includes a chocolate chip skillet cookie. The dinner is set for April 8th. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
WJBF News Channel 6, brought to you by Axis One.
Every day, ordinary people in the CSRA do extraordinary things to serve our community. Each month, News Channel 6 recognizes these outstanding volunteers with the Giving Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Giving Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. To get the weather, you need to see the whole picture. That's why live vibrant 6 gives you the Skyview Network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Viper 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network. Powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
And last but not least, you might call on your grandmother, right, to help you with all sorts of tasks.
And if she isn't available, you can rent one.
Denise Valdez has the story.
It's so wonderful to see you.
How are you?
Magdalena Brandon is experiencing a slow period when it comes to her business and wanted to lend her time and a helping hand.
I always like to look for other means of doing things, but I like to be out.
So Brandon decided to enroll in Rent a Grandma to help with childcare, elder companionship, pet sitting, and personal assistance.
Good, it's good to be busy. Yes.
Diane Mayer opened a local franchise of Rent a Grandma last month after seeing the need in her valley.
So I became a postpartum doula and a newborn care specialist. And for 16 years, I've been caring for newborns and their families. And I realized now that my daughter had another grandbaby, I realized this is something that the community definitely needs.
She says this reliable service brings a warm and friendly approach with any task.
When a client calls and asking for a grandma, I try to fit them with the best grandma that can suit their needs, depending where they live and the hours they do want to work. I had one person inquire that they needed a grandma. They wanted a home-cooked meal from a grandma. We could do it all.
Those interested in booking or offering services can go to rentagrammalv.com and send an email, call, or text. Since opening, there are 25 grandmas and 5 grandpas. All are vetted with a background check and are CPR trained. Brandon says her hours are flexible and her day varies, whether it's running an errand to the grocery store or taking someone to the doctor.
The one gentleman that I had, he was 99. He was like talking to a history book because he was in the Korean War. It just feels good that I've given back and made somebody happier.
Interesting service. Hadn't heard of it before. Hope it goes well.
I love how it's specifically grandmas. Like
Right.
a mom won't do.
Right, has to be next level.
Is there a certain age requirement, you
I don't
think,
know.
for the grandma? Because there's some grandmas that are in their 40s.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't want one, though, that young.
Yeah, I think they want the experience.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit older, but
65 or above, maybe.
we'll let you know if Rent a Grandma comes here.
Yeah, well, what's coming here tomorrow is a little bit of a cool down and some gusty winds. We'll be up to 70 degrees, a few showers in the morning, back to sunshine Friday through Sunday. It's going to be an awesome weekend, mid to upper 70s again. Then all of next week, mostly dry, other than those scattered showers and storms on Monday, and temperatures in the 70s.
Pretty. All right, Jenna, Gianna, thanks for what y'all do. Thank you all for watching. We're back for News Channel 6 at 11.
Hogan's Heroes is next here on MeTV.
Have a great night.